Yo, what is going on, guys? We are back today for another video, and it's all about Torch, my favorite champion in this game. I absolutely love Human Torch, and I've been wanting to take him to rank 3 for quite a while. Pulled him out of a 6-star Nexus. I was so excited, and I'm so close. I just can't get that Science Catalyst, but on the beta, I can just go to the store for 1 gold, buy a 6-star rank 2 to rank 3 gem. So I did that. I was like, wait, I can just play around with Torch at rank 3. Kind of just have some fun, get a feel for it. So I did it, and then I was like, you know, what can I do with this Torch that like I couldn't do with with a lower level Torch? And I was thinking, so Abyss, Iron Man Infinity War, I never fully got the solo on him, so we're gonna try that. And this Mysterio boss right here. So this Mysterio boss, I think personally, is the hardest boss in all of Act 6 to solo, at least, because he has a ton of nodes, and it just makes the fight so much more difficult. So if we take a look at the nodes here, let's backtrack a little bit. So we got Armor Break Immunity, which Mysterio, in and of his base abilities, is a very defensive champion. Every time he throws his special 1, you can't hit him for a little while. When he throws a special 2, there's a chance to miss. It drains your power. So it's annoying to just bait his specials out. And you see right here, he has enhanced visibility. So while Mysterio's helmet is active, all power gained from landing or receiving attack is increased by 50%. The only way to get rid of his helmet is to armor break him, or I believe knock him down with a Spider-Verse character. And he's armor break immune, so you can't do it with that. And there's also toxic behavior here, which if Mysterio has 3 chemical gases for 8 seconds, they are automatically converted into a poison debuff onto the attacker, a really beefy poison. So if you're not poison immune and he's just not throwing a special, which this AI is terrible, and it happens, you get a big poison on you. And then there's also the tunnel vision node, which is super annoying. Basically, if you do the same thing twice, you get a falter, then you're gonna miss. And there's also Matador, so you can't just use power boost cheeses to cycle specials, because you only get power after he baits the special. So this fight is just, there's just so many layers to it, man. That's why I think it's so difficult. And I don't think it's the most difficult to solo. And it's the one fight in Act 6, the one boss fight, that I never managed to solo. Now, I was doing a legend run when I was doing this fight, so I wasn't really trying to solo it. I was trying to just get through it as quickly as possible. Of course, a solo would be ideal, but I didn't really. I was just worried about speed when I was doing 6.3. Yeah, so I never did get the solo. The only boss in all of Act 6 that I was never able to solo. And I went back and tried a couple times, and I couldn't do it. I struggled. So now here, I'm going to try with Human Torch. I was trying with Nick Fury. I never tried with Human Torch, actually. I tried with Nick Fury because I heard he was a good option for it. And I think him and Torch are the 2 best. I think Torch is better after trying it with Torch, and I think I could do it with a rank 5. Right here you see, I just triggered a regeneration passive. Now what that was is, that was Mysterio not throwing a special, being annoying. But I brought along a synergy with Nick Fury to purify the poison. Right there, you see he recovers so fast after throwing his heavy attack, and then he threw his special. It's ridiculous, man. This AI is honestly so ridiculous. But the great thing here is, as long as I stay above 10 temperature, I can't miss, and that falter debuff is going to stay on me, which is actually great because I'm healing 155 per tick. That's over 300 healing per second, which is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. So yeah, this fight is going great, man. Once you really get into the rhythm with it, you just want to bait his L2 with Human Torch. He puts a power drain on you, which is another debuff that heals you. And in this phase, there's a chance to miss, but as long as you're above 10 temperature, you can't miss. So yeah, this is just perfect. As long as he's throwing that L2. If he does throw the L1, it's okay. You just gotta wait up the timer. You don't want to attack him in that window. But after, then you can go in and start attacking again. And everything's going really good at this point. We've got him down a ton. We took an L1 to the face and took a ton of damage. But as you can see, we healed back so much of it through willpower. And this is just straight up Human Torch. This is no boosts, nothing like that. I'm not boosted at all. I think I might have like a tech boost on right now. I was just using it for Ghost to get through the lane to make it a bit quicker, but that's it. No champion boost, no health boost, no attack boost, nothing like that. No special attack synergies with the Fantastic Four or anything. This is just straight up Torch putting in work. And that's the Mysterio boss solo. So finally, I got that solo, man. I was really, really proud of that fight. And just, oh man, such a big fan of Human Torch. That was great. So he ran to that boss, man. And rank 5 could totally solo it. And then I wanted to go jump into Abyss and try to solo Iron Man Infinity War, because doing it with a rank 5, I think it's possible with the full team. But when I was doing my Abyss, I was going for Legends, and I was doing it the first week that it came out, the first 4 days I had 100%ed. So, I wasn't really trying to solo, and, I was trying to get through it. I was also very new at the time. But yeah, the big thing here is now I'm a 6-star rank 3 champion, so that means a bigger health pool. That means more hits on the Abyss charges. And what it also means is, doing it this way, I have a full synergy team behind me. And I think this is the best possible synergy team for this fight to try to get a solo. Because with the entire Fantastic Four team, the main thing is if you have all 4 present, Human Torch gains, I believe it's like 30% duration or something like that, on his Incinerates and Nova Flames, which is huge. So he's getting a very big boost from that. And then we also have just some synergies to reduce damage on the block with Invisible Woman. Start with a couple of more smolders with Thing. And there's a synergy with Mr. Fantastic and Sentry for, I think it's Science and Tech champions, that when you apply a debuff, you also apply a Power Sting. And every Nova Flame that we apply also applies a Power Sting. So that plus the synergy, plus all the power gain that this Iron Man is stealing from us, is equating to more specials being thrown, so more Power Stings being triggered. So that's just more damage on top of everything else. But yeah, so basically how Human Torch works for the Abyss, and why he is so good for Abyss, is in fights where he can gain lots of smolders, his damage just exponentially increases. And there's no cap on these smolders, and the higher they go, the more damage your Incinerates do. And I believe I'm not sure if it increases duration, but yeah, they just make your Incinerates and Nova Flames just so much better. And in the Abyss, there's no limber, so you can infinitely parry. And on any Mystic champion, any single blocked hit is going to give you a smolder. And then there's other fights where you can get a lot of smolders. So in this fight, some of Iron Man Infinity War's attacks are energy based. So those are giving me smolders. You'll see on his special 1, both of the beams that he shoots, those can give smolders. I usually parry the second one. I'm just trying not to take too much damage, because I'm a little bit worried at the end of the fight, once I get there, if I get there, I may have to take a lot of block damage, so I want to try to save as much health as I can. And again, I'm not boosted or anything here. I don't have a health boost, attack boost, nothing like that. Yeah, so that's why Human Torch is just so good in the Abyss, especially for Mystic fights. And he's good for other fights too, like this one, like Darkhawk, his L1, you get a bunch of smolders from blocking it and doesn't deal that much damage into the block. Mr. Sinister, he throws any Incinerate debuffs on him back onto you, and since we're immune, we turn them into smolders instantly. So yeah, that's a great fight for Human Torch. That's actually one of the very few fights in the game with Human Torch where it's better to not have Nova Flames active, which is weird, because most fights you want the Nova Flames, but in Mr. Sinister you don't. But yeah, here we definitely do want those Nova Flames, and we're building up those smolders. We're at over 40 of them at this point, and it's starting to add up. If you look at the hit count right now, we're at 84 hits, and we've only done 33% of his health. But it's within the next 80 hits, we're going to do so much more than 33%, just because we've gained so many smolders in that time. The damage just keeps exponentially increasing to such a rate. It is just what makes Human Torch so good for these super long Abyss fights, where you can really build those smolders up. And if Human Torch could carry over his smolders from like fight to fight, oh my god, that would be insane, dude. That would be so crazy in Abyss. Similarly to like how Captain Marvel can carry her binary charges. Oh my god, that'd be so overpowered. Right after you fight Mephisto, dude. Oh crap. That's why Mephisto is Human Torch with pre-fight versus Mephisto is my favorite fight in the entire game. My favorite interaction and favorite like matchup in the entire game. It's so awesome. Like if you have a 100 million health pool Mephisto, I think Human Torch could do that fight faster than anyone else, because Dude, the smolder, as long as there's no cap on smolders, which I don't believe there is, it's not in his abilities or anything. I've never gotten to like 1,000 before. You know, I've had over 100, but never gotten to like 1,000. But I assume there's no cap. So, assuming that there's no cap, dude, you could just gain so many smolders. You would. Oh my god, that'd be. I really wish there was just. I wish I could just like a sandbox mode, create a fight where Mephisto like 100 million health, just like low base attack and everything, and just see how much damage output I could get my torch doing like per second, because you could get it to a ridiculous point where you see incinerates ticking for like 20, 30, 40, 50k, man. It'd be so sick. That's why Human Torch is just so good for the Abyss Mephisto, because Mephisto's aura of incineration, it just keeps triggering every time you're near it, every time you take damage, you just keep getting smoldered, and it just keeps going up so rapidly. It's amazing. This fight, the smolders are kind of slow, and you know it's not as good as a Mystic Champion, because you know when I'm repairing him, I'm only getting 1 smolder, whereas Mystic Champion I'd be getting 2. But it's just because not all of Iron Man Infinity War's attacks are energy based, so not all of them give smolders. And I'm pretty sure it's the ones that I can when I parry and it actually stuns something, those are the ones that make contact, so those are technically not energy based, they're physical, or whatever the classification is of it. But yeah, as you can see here, we are not even, like, I remember when I said we were at 80 hits, we did about 30%. We're not even at our next increment of 80 hits, and we've already done significantly more damage, dude. It's those smolders are just making our damage go up and up and up. And now this is the critical point. So I don't think I've ever gotten this far into this fight with Human Torch. So now we're nearing that 15%, and this is where the fight gets really difficult. Because of that armor buff that Iron Man has, he's just going to keep on passively gaining power. You can see his power bar there. It's just going up and up and up. And it makes it really difficult because he'll just keep throwing specials. But I need to get some attacks in. So I'm only going to go for heavy attacks at this point. And my Nova Flames, you can see they're applied. They're doing some really big damage at this point, which is great. And also the power stings that are being applied with the Mr. Fantastic synergy, and also just from Human Torch's pre-fight ability, those are helping as well. But yeah, we're almost there. 2% left. Getting a little bit of Fight Me Coward, but that's okay. We still have 40 some charges, so you know we're looking good. We still finished with the fight with like 30% health, so we had enough to take some extra blocked hits. But we did it. We soloed Iron Man Infinity War in the Abyss, so I can check that one off the bucket list. That's another Abyss fight that I never got the full solo on. I've tag teamed him down before with Human Torch and Void, but never quite got the full solo. So that was really cool. 6-star rank 3 Human Torch, so much fun to play with on the beta. Hopefully we can get it one day on the main server. We just need some more science. T5. But that's going to do it for this Human Torch Insanity video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys thought of these fights. If there's some other fights you guys want to see with a rank 3 Torch specifically on the beta, you know, let me know. I had a lot of fun recording these. And yeah, I sold 2 fights that I never sold before, so it's good. You know, just checking more fights off my bucket list that I wanted to one day solo, so that's great. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed, drop a like, subscribe to some more content. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out.